By researching many different sources and the class sources, we have become very familiar with the
Common Core
standards. Starting off, there are 4 college and career readiness anchor standards. These standards define what students should understand and be able to do by the end of each grade. The College and Career Readiness CCR are grade-specific standards, and they define the skills and understanding that all students must demonstrate. There are 4 CCR anchor standards. The first one is CCR standard of reading. Under this anchor, there are 10 standards. Under the second standard for writing, there are also 10. For the CCR standard for speaking and listening, there are 6. And last, the 4th CCR anchor standard for language has 6 as well. The CCR anchor standards are skills that high school graduate should have to be able for the world of work or post-secondary education.
There are 6 categories of the English Language Arts Standards in Common Core. They are literature, informational text, foundational skills, writing, speaking and listening, and language. The reading standard is to ensure that students gain adequate exposure to text and tasks. Students will also be able to understand the knowledge of the English writing system. Students will be able to increase the text complexity from beginning of reading to college readiness levels. There are comprehensive reading programs designed to develop proficient readers with the capacity to comprehend text across a range of genres. For the writing standard, students should demonstrate all aspects of the language from vocabulary and syntax to the development and organization of ideas. They should also be able to complete the whole writing cycle independently. Speaking and listening is the next standard. This standard ensures students gain a mastery of a range of skills and applications. It requires students to develop oral communication and interpersonal skills. Language is the last standard and asks students to develop effective use of vocabulary and to understand the rules of written and spoken English.
One of the key requirements of the
Common Core
for reading is that all students must comprehend text. This means that readers should read and comprehend complex literary and informational texts both independently and proficiently. This means that students must read widely and deeply among a broad range of texts. Also, students build a foundation of knowledge that will give them the background in all content areas. This means integrating reading into all subjects.
There are 3 ways to measure text complexity. The first is qualitative evaluation of a text. This involves levels of meaning, structure, language conventionality, and clarity and knowledge demands. The second way is measuring text quantitatively. This measures readability and other scores of text complexity. The last one is matching reader to text and task. The reader variables, such as motivation, knowledge, and experience, and task variables, such as purpose, complexity generated by the task designed, and the question posed, are what factor into the measure of complexity.
You can find text illustrating the complexity, quality, and range of text expected for K through 5 students in the Common Core Standards by Key Design Considerations section.
The expectations for writing include students to demonstrate all aspects of language use, from vocabulary and syntax to the development of organization of ideas, and they should address increasingly demanding content and sources. Also, the expected growth in student writing ability is reflected both in the standards themselves and in the collection of annotated student writing.
Teachers need to be able to decompose the standards of these categories so they are aware of what students need to know to be ready for the future. These 3 areas especially are intended to prepare students for the world past graduation. Language, speaking and listening skills standards all involve skills that individuals need in a workplace environment. Technology is also something teachers are responsible for getting students familiar with. Much of our world is technology-oriented now, and students need to be able to use it in their career paths.
In the school year 2014 to 2015, there will be assessments that will test the Common Core state standards. These will be aligned to the standards and will replace the end-of-the-year assessments. According to EduCore, The test will be to support teachers in the classroom and advance the understanding of the Common Core state standards.